In this video, I'll share with you my top 42 picks for the best contract marriage Chinese dramas out there. Forced relationships are type of contracted relationship in which the main leads decide to either get married or be in a pretend romantic relationship. They sometimes sign a contract, other times it's a verbal agreement. There are various reasons that make the characters want to fake a relationship, including getting an inheritance, parental pressure, and keeping up appearances. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Also, please let us know what you think in the comments section below. So, let's start. Number 42. Lovely Swords Girl. Set in a fictional history rife with conflict and chaos, the story revolves around a sappy young woman who doesn't forget to laugh and chases after true love even as she gets caught in a love triangle. Through her journey, she grows into a loving person and thwarts an evil scheme in the pugilistic world. While her heart yearns for love, Shunyu meets not one but two men. On one side is Gong Yuanxiu, her foolish husband who hastily married her for her looks. He may be muddle-headed in most things, but he is extremely loving and protective of Shunyu. Number 41. Go Princess Go. A contemporary ladies' man time travel to the ancient time into the body of Crown Princess Zheng Pengpeng, who is in midst of marital troubles with her husband, the Crown Prince Qi Shang. Trapped in a woman's body, he spends his days flirting with his husband's harem and in denial of his new biological sex, all the while navigating the rocky terrains of his marriage. Thought the playboy enjoys flirting with the prince's concubines, he soon realizes that his personal safety and job security depends on the prince's whim. With body of a woman and mindset of a man, he seduces the prince while he plots to kill the husband so he can rise to the position of Empress Dowager. As he slowly embraces his new gender, he comes to know his husband, and eventually falls in love with him. Number 40. Faraway Love. He had no idea what fate had in store for him. Years ago, Shenen, Park Hae-jin, had his heart broken by his first love. He spent years overseas nursing his broken heart before finally returning to China to start a new business. Now is the CEO of a successful restaurant business and engaged to be married to a woman that his mother feels is acceptable for their high social standing. But then meets the sweet and kind-hearted Meng Chuxia, who comes to work at his restaurant, and falls in love with her. Although only 28 years old, Chuxia is the younger sister of his first love. He realizes that he can't live without her. But can he convince Chuxia to return his love? Number 39. My Dear Destiny. Set in the Shi dynasty of Lan continent, three tribes exist alongside each other: the humans, wizards, and wolves. In the time of the Yi, humans, the wolf tribe and the witches lived dangerously together on the land of Zhangzhou. Mi Chichi, the divine lady of the wizard tribe, was banished from her tribe and fallen to the mortal realm. She is then embroiled into the fight of Prince Luo's harem. The two eventually join hands to calm the chaos of the three tribes and return peace to the world. Number 38. Please Love Me. Pei-yu is a young woman with dreams. A talented nail artist, she has a solid client base and a good career. With hard work and dedication, she is well on her way to achieving her ultimate dream, the dream of someday owning her own house. But life takes an unexpected turn the day Yi comes crashing into her life. One of the country's top stars, Ihan, is a man everyone knows. Ever in the public's eye, he's well accustomed to the life of a celebrity and knows firsthand just how ruthless the paparazzi can be. Unfortunately, not even that knowledge can keep him from becoming the subject of a potentially career-ruining scandal when he's caught in some severely misunderstood photos with Pei-yu, a woman who, up that point, he'd never even met. Number 37. Midsummer is Full of Love. Luo Tianran is a fiercely independent and strong-minded young woman with a high sense of self-worth. Although she is tone-deaf, she dreams of making a splash in the music industry as a songwriter. However, due to some ill-fated interventions from a pair of her friends, she ends up having to move out of her house. Fate intervenes, and her path crosses with a pop superstar named Jin Zhe, who comes across as something of a spoiled brat. Despite his cold exterior, he is actually secretly childlike and needy. The duo is forced to live in the same house on a temporary basis. Could love bloom between this decidedly odd couple? Number 36. Well-intended love. Actress Xia Lin is diagnosed with leukemia but happens to run into a controlling conglomerate CEO named Ling Yizhou who would make a compatible bone marrow donor for her. She asks him to help. He agrees, but only on the condition that he marries her. Meanwhile, in a parallel universe, Xia Lin is actually a very famous actress, and she is yet to meet Ling Yizhou. However, their fates become intertwined in this universe, too, when Xia Lin attends a gala and ends up getting into an embarrassing spat with Ling Yizhou. Things get worse for the duo when damning photos of their fight are published online. Number 35. For Married Doctress. Set in the Northern and Southern dynasties, a reversal of the classic marriage suit takes place when the daughter of a powerful official is married off to the king of Zhou. The doctress who is an attention seeker meets the potent and evil-minded emperor of the Zhou state. Lu Qing is a skilled doctor having trained under her grandfather all her life. Due to family pressure, she is forced to assume the identity of the princess as she is married off to Yuan Yong, a puppet figurehead who holds no power. Number 34. Dance of the Phoenix. In modern-day China, a quiet, shy young female student named Meng Yuan works hard at her dream of becoming a leading practitioner of Chinese traditional medicine. But on one fateful day, she finds herself transported into the body of a woman named Feng Wu who lives in a fantasy land where magic and martial arts rule the world. Feng Wu is being forced into a marriage with a prince named Junlin Yuan, Sukai Chang, who also resents the fact that his bride has been selected for him against his will. The forces of evil are strong in this strange land, however. And Meng Yuan soon discovers that if she is to make her life as Feng Wu a success, she will have to learn how to defend herself against danger and make powerful friends. Could she learn to love her new life, and her new husband, too? Number 33. Truth or Dare. Growing up as the daughter of a performer, Xiao Wanzi spent her entire life on the streets. Always cheerful and incredibly clever, Wanzi had a knack for grabbing the attention of those passing by, drawing them in to watch her father's impressive performance. Though she never learned to read or write, Wanzi never wanted for anything, as she possessed all the skills she needed to survive. But none of her street smarts could prepare her for the encounter that would unexpectedly change her life forever. Number 32. Miss Truth. Ran Yan, an unfavored daughter of a rich family in Suzhou, studied autopsy at early age for investigating the real cause of her mother's death. As she investigates, she encounters a deadly assassin named Su Fu, as well as Xiao Song, the emperor's investigator and right-hand man. Both are on the hunt for a priceless pearl that Ran Yan begins to understand is the key to a gigantic and sprawling plot. As Xiao Song and Ran Yan begin to form a close bond, she realizes that she will need all her investigative skills and love smarts about her if she is to get to the bottom of the case. After knowing Xiao Song, Ran Yan helped him to solve many murders. Number 31. Pretty Man. Xiao and Hao and Lu Jinyan have a history together. They were very much in love in high school, but misunderstandings kept the two apart. More than a decade later, Jean Nia has become a successful CEO of an entertainment company and Hao is trying to make it into the business as an actress. When Hao and Jin Yan cross paths again, Jin Yan realizes he has a need that Hao can fulfill. Hao and Jin Yan enter into a fake marriage, but there are layers of complication as Jin Yan is pretending to be his younger brother, who is in a coma. But can they pull off the contractual relationship without their past feelings for one another getting in the way? Number 30. Love in Time. Growing up, Su Jianan was anything but popular. A social outcast, she spent her school days dreaming of the moment she would be free from the misery a lifetime of mockery had brought her. Now an up-and-coming writer with a steadily growing fanbase, Jianan is finally free of her painful past. Suddenly caught in the middle of a family inheritance struggle that could very well put an end to all her dreams of becoming a successful novelist, Jianan wants nothing more than to be free from her family obligations. With very few options and even less time, Jianan soon finds herself turning to the last person on earth she ever wanted to see, one of her old high school tormentors, Lu Boyan. The two got into a contract marriage to solve her personal crisis. Number 29. The Song of Glory. With powerful aristocrats clamoring for power, the people of the Song Empire have succumbed to the ensuing chaos. Desperate to bring peace to his crumbling nation, the young prince, Louis Kong, Xinhao, is willing to do whatever it takes to save his people, but the road before him will not be easy. With most of the country's powerful families plotting against him, Kang's list of allies is growing dangerously thin. Number 28. Oh My General. During the Song dynasty, a mighty female general accomplishes the unthinkable for a woman of the era. When tragedy befalls her family, he dresses like a man and takes the place of her father in the Chinese military and rises to the rank of general. When the Empress Dowager begins to worry about Yi Zhao gaining too much power, she decides to marry Yi Zhao off to Zhao Yujin, the Prince of Nanping, who was known for being incredibly handsome, lazy, and pampered due to his weak health. Yi Zhao's love transforms Yujin into a different man. But who will end up holding the ultimate power in the kingdom? Number 27. Destined to Meet You. Jin Rongrong, the resolute general manager of Jinchao Group, met Gu Songbei, a singer of a bar, on the way to secretly inspect the operation of the business district. After a drunken night, Jin Rongrong learned that Gu Songbei was still a college student, and with zero love experience, she pretended to be calm and claimed to be responsible for him. Coincidentally, when Jin Rongrong went to the blind date bureau, she unexpectedly found out that Gu Songbei was the third son of the Gu family, and was also in need of marriage, so she decided to choose him as her marriage partner. What she didn't know was that Gu Songbei was purposely trying to get close to her. As truths and motives begin to emerge, will these two be able to overcome the trials headed their way? Number 26. Unique Lady. Constantly being friend-zoned, Lin Luojing spends her time either studying or gaming. Frustrated by how pathetic her dating life is, a friend gives her a new dating simulator game, which turns out to be a game that transports the player into its world, with the inability to leave until the objective of finding true love is met. Accidentally choosing the hardest difficulty, Luojing is given 5 attempts to clear the game, and her character is set as the Prime Minister's daughter. Meeting all kinds of attractive men, such as a sword deity, an imperial bodyguard, a playful rich man, and an arrogant prince, Luojing is wowed by the game and infatuated by the men, not knowing the hidden schemes being plotted against her. Number 25. Hold On, My Lady. Bai Yunfeng, a domineering female bandit from Baisha village, leads Qin Dewan and others in a vain attempt to hijack the birth presents given by the general to the minister. However, she fails and they are all caught by the general to the general's resident. When she is about to be killed, she is accidentally sued for peace by the general. Under the name of Lu Wanner, she becomes the wife of the second young master in the general's resident, and makes the acquaintance of her contracted husband Huang Fuyao, and starts a sensational sweet love journey. During the Li dynasty, the female bandit Bai Yunfeng accidentally married into the general's family as the wife to the general's second son Huang Fuyao. Since then, this contract couple embarked on a vigorous journey of sweet love. Number 24. Hello, Mr. Gu. The CEO of a successful company who happens to have a debilitating fear of crowds. Inadvertently entangled with Jin Cheng, Nanzhou finds himself in an awkward position and realizes that the only way either of them will be able to escape the situation unscathed is to enter a contractual marriage. Despite their less than cordial feelings for each other, Jin Cheng and Nanzhou agree this is for the best and soon begin their new life as a married couple. With their families surprisingly in support of the match, Jin Cheng and Nanzhou find they have no choice but to accept their fate. As they begin to settle into married life, they find themselves gradually moving from strangers to friends. After such a rocky start, could this unlikely couple eventually find their way to love? Number 23. Princess Silver. In ancient China, a young woman wakes with amnesia up after being captured by armed assassins and is told that she is Ronglo, the younger sister of the emperor of the Western Qi Kingdom. She tries to remember if this is really her true identity, or if she has been tricked. But she is soon told that she must marry Zhongzhang Wuyu, a prince of the neighboring kingdom of northern Lin. If she is successful, the marriage will allow the two kingdoms to forge a powerful alliance. Number 22. The Sword and the Brocade. In the Ming dynasty, the distinguished Luo family suffers a downfall and wanted to solve the crisis through a marriage arrangement. The intelligent and introverted Shirin Yang was chosen, and she rose from a lowly concubine's child to become the much coveted madam of the Yongping Duke Manor. Facing the complicated web of relationship as well as the distrust of her own family, Shirin Yang uses her kindness and purity to win the Su family's trust and respect, while her love and tolerance eventually won the respect of the people who used to look down on her. Number 21. Cute Programmer. Jiang Yichang is an incredibly talented computer programmer. But despite his talent, he is cold and aloof. This is because he once fell in love with a woman who exploited him to get her hands on his codes, and left him licking his emotional wounds. Since then, he has been wary and untrusting. After falling in love with Jiang Yichang, Luli enrolls into the school he once studied at, and took up the same major, calculus. Setting Jiang Yichang as her role model in her heart, she achieves good grades in school. However, after graduation, she did not expect that Jiang Yichang's company does not recruit female employees. Number 20. She and her perfect husband, aka the 28 Law of Love. Single female lawyer Qin Shi is focused on her career, but was rushed into marriage by her parents. The top lawyer firm, Chang & Hui, is recruiting lawyers specializing in family affairs, and one of the requirements is to be married. Qin Wenyu, Qin Shi's second brother who is also a headhunter, secretly changed Qin Shi's marriage status to married without her permission, thus creating a fictional husband for her out of nowhere. Not knowing anything, Qin Shi was employed. Her outstanding performance earned the approval of the founder, Lao Jin. During a gathering with partners, Lao Jin recommended Qin Shi to be a legal counsel for the Association of Women Entrepreneurs. Number 19. The Love by Hypnotic. The story revolves around prince and princess, who are at odds with each other but are forced to marry due to royal obligations. Princess Xia Li Mingyu and Prince Zili Chen in the state of Beixian didn't like each other but were forced to get married. Li Chen remembered what had happened before when he was hypnotized by Li Mingyu. For reviving his memory, Li Chen accepted this wife. They experienced a variety of things and finally got a happy ending. Number 18. I've Fallen for You. The story follows Tian Sanchi, a girl who grew up in the village of Taohua City. Due to her innately curious nature, she becomes a coroner. She begins her journey to find her true love due to a childhood promise made to her by a little boy. She meets and befriends different people and accidentally chances upon a few criminal cases related to her friend's disappearance years ago. Together with her newfound mates, they begin to unravel the newfound mystery and work together to destroy the scheme. Number 17. I Hear You. It follows a girl named Bayer Duo, an aspiring voice actress who wants to give a kick to her career by studying overseas. However, the constant pressure from her family to marry while she is young bounds her to join a couple of reality television program that pairs her up with Yi Shuwei, a top violin maker. He comes from an artistic background with a mysterious and low-key personality. A real ace when it comes to composing and the violin industry, Shuwei joins the show in order to keep his promise made to his nephew while also looking for the contestant who had provided his audition question with the right answer. This pair of fake couple are made to live together by the team, but a wonderful romance blooms between them, taking their pretentious relationship to a new level. Number 16. You Are My Destiny. On board a cruise ship bound for the Bahamas, two people from separate worlds have a chance encounter, transforming them into one another's destiny. The mousy and unassertive admin assistant, Chen Xiaoxian, meets the handsome, educated, and charming Wang Shi heir to a large toiletries conglomerate. Mistaken identities serve to complicate their impromptu one-night stand, which ensures further contact once back on land. Family pressures arise from the pregnancy that has Jia Xian agreeing to contract marriage with a divorce clause. The child once born will remain with Shi, who will marry the woman he loves, dancer, and longtime girlfriend, Sharana. Meddling and miscommunication lead to a tragic event. A heartbroken Jia Xian runs away from her feelings and Shi to Hungary, where her friend and art broker Dylan is headquartered. Over the following 3 years, she will establish herself as a potter, thanks to the tutelage of a prominent mentor. Dylan is ever supportive and finds himself developing feelings for Jia Xin. Number 15. The Romance of Hua Rong. Hua Rong, the daughter of a general, is about to set sail on a heroic adventure she's often dreamt about, only to be kidnapped by the notorious pirate, Qin Shang Chang, who is set on making her his bride, willing or not. However, on the night of their wedding, Hua Rong escaped after many failed attempts. Rong successfully flees her island prison and its sea monster. Qin Shangcheng is determined to hunt her down. Meanwhile, Hua Rong meets Jin Yuan, a gentleman with a mysterious identity, and becomes entangled between both men. Meanwhile, Shang Chang, equally smitten with Rong, is fast on her trail, vowing to recapture his lost treasure. Number 14. Oh, My Sweet Liar. Xiong Ruoshi is a talented painter who possesses an excellent memory. However, she was arrested for drawing a painting of the Li family's mysterious picture book. While escaping, she accepts a well-paid order, which requires her to sneak into the Li manor to draw a painting of the mysterious For Lohan. Xiong Ruoshi was sent to serve Li Hongbin, the young master of Li manor who was rumored to be cruel and abusive. However, she somehow accidentally spends the night with him. While attempting to escape, she was caught and had no choice but to lie about being pregnant with Li Hongbin's child. Li Hongbin also went along with the lie, as he wanted to escape from an arranged marriage with the daughter of Song family. Thus, the two became a fake couple, but along with time, began to fall in love with each other. Together, they deal with the different factions of the Li family who tries hard to expose Xiong Rookie's identity, and at the same time deal with the Song family who is trying to steal the Yunya Yuntihu from the Li family. Number 13. Goodbye My Princess. Xiaofeng, Pang Xiaoran, is the much-loved princess of the Western Liang Kingdom. But her kingdom is in peril and stands on the verge of an all-out war with the neighboring Li dynasty. Meanwhile, in Li territory, the youngest Li prince, Li Chengyin, Chen Xingsu, is sent on a deadly mission to assassinate key Western Liang figures and steal the heart of Xiaofeng. The princess proceeds to falls in love with Li Chengyin, unaware of his lethal quest. The Li crown prince, meanwhile, is killed in the carnage of an ambush that also claimed the lives of other important Li figures. Li Chengyin goes ahead with his mission, killing the Western Liang ruler, Xiaofeng's grandfather, driving her mother to suicide and her father to madness, although he ends up falling in love with Xiaofeng in the process. Number 12. Fake Princess. This drama starring Zhao Yiqin, Eleanor Li, Garvey Jean. It has 27 episodes and was released on May 17, 2020. Adapted from the novel of the same name by Xue Shang, Chang Lo was once a free and untamable female bandit. However, she becomes a fake bride in a marriage to Crown Prince Li Che. Stepping into the confines of the palace, Chang Lo finds it difficult to adjust after being repeatedly humiliated. Despite her situation, she learns to adapt like a feral cat, showing her true stripes. Li Che, who has treaded every step vigilantly, finds himself gradually attracted by Chang Li's liveliness. Each wearing a mask to hide their own motives, the two people find comfort in each other. Number 11. Joy of Life. Fan Xian is the adopted son of the head of a royal agency that operates in the government of the despotic emperor of the Qing. Despite the emperor's tyrannical ways, Fan Xian remains devoted to the imperial cause. The agency chief believes Fan Xian has great potential and sends him away to learn about poison and martial arts. Number 10. Begin Again. It tells the story of a domineering female CEO and a warm doctor who turn a fake relationship into reality due to practical reasons. Having exchanged their I do's, they start on a new chapter of their lives as they learn to fall in love. Lu Fangning is the general manager of Luning Group, a large corporation in the business of home furniture. Lu Fangning is a woman who has it all: talented, beautiful, and rich. Nearing her 30s, Lu Fangning succumbs to family pressures and decides that she urgently needs a husband with whom she will have a child. Coincidentally, surgeon Ling Rui appears in front of her. Ling Rui is not only blessed with good looks but also has an angelic heart, which makes him the perfect candidate in the eyes of Lu Fangning. Number 9. Legend of Yun Shi. This drama starring Zhang Jahan, Zhu Jingyi, Yelkin Merksat. It has 48 episodes and was released in 2018. Story of Han Yunxi, daughter of a physician who is adept at handling poison. She gets married to Long Fei, brother of the emperor via an imperial decree, and gets caught in the political machinations of the royal family. Using her wits and medical skills, she managed to impress Long Fei. In a chaotic world with 3 split kingdoms, a Dr. Han Yunxi marries into a royal family. Through her new marriage with the powerful Prince Qin of Tianning, Long Fei, Zhang Jahan, gets thrown into the ruthless politics of the land. Being a kind-hearted woman from a medical family that excels at potions, she struggles with following the word of the king and convinced by the Empress Dowager of Tianning to become a spy in exchange for information on her mother who disappeared years ago. Number 8. Once We Get Married. While Gu Shishi, a fashion shopper, runs a new online store with her best friend, she dreams of establishing her own brand one day. She gets an order to purchase Alex's couture wedding dress from her client, for which she decides to attend a private reception hosted by the designer himself. She comes across Yin Si-chen, the young, handsome, and narcissistic president of a shopping mall at the party, and an unexpected incident bounds them to pretend to be a couple in front of Alex. Number 7. The Sleepless Princess. This drama starring Zhang Yeqing, Hu Yixuan, it has 35 episodes and was released in 2020. The 9th Princess Chu Yu has developed a long-standing history of insomnia due to an accident in her childhood. Chu Yu and her younger brother have lived their lives depending on each other. Under the wrong circumstances, she becomes the bride of the famous General Shui Yao. A palace assassination brings them together. Shuri Yasu concealed her identity to marry Yao Shui, but she doesn't know this marriage is a nightmare. After learning about the suspicious events surrounding the death of Shui Yao's older brother, the two join hands to investigate the case. Number 6. Perfect and Casual. It revolves around a cheerful and sweet university girl named Yun Shu who has been longing for a house of her own. She finals the deal of buying an apartment with a brochure on the day of her graduation presentation. Unfortunately, the handsome, cold, and icy professor, Zhang Xinyan, doesn't let her give her presentation when she arrives there a few minutes later, resulting in her failing the year. As ill luck would have it, Yun Shu comes to know that the brochure which had sold the apartment to her was a fraud and the house belongs to no other than her university lecturer Zhang Xinyan. One event leads to another, and they decide to enter a contract marriage relationship for 1 year. Despite being polar apart from each other, Mr. Perfect and Miss Casual end up falling for real in this fake relationship. The story is well executed, and the mesmerizing performance of Su Ruohan, who has played the character of Yun Shu, has helped the show reach new heights. Number 5. Unforgettable Love. Xiao Bao is the 6-year-old genius child of He Qiaoyan, the president of a renowned company, who has been suffering from PTSD after losing his mother in an accident years ago. Although He Qiaoyan cherishes and looks after him, he has been struggling to make him communicate with strangers. However, when Xiao Bao comes across a meticulous and warm child psychologist named Yu, he gets very comfortable around her, and finally, after years, he is able to communicate with someone with words. When Xiao Yan discovers the sudden improvement in his son, he decides to pursue Qin Yu to take care of him. However, things go out of hand when the little kid asks his dad to marry Yu, resulting in them signing a contractual agreement. The slow-burn romance, along with the chemistry of the three of them, makes the show a worth-watching one. Number 4. The Romance of Tiger and Rose. This drama starring Ding Yashi and Zhao Lusi, it has 24 episodes and was released on May 18, 2020. Chen Xiaoqian, an unknown screenwriter who's been single since birth, worked hard and finally finished a grand drama of a heroine. It was planned to start filming but stopped because the actor Han Mingxing questioned a lot about the script. Hurt by the harshness of her peers, Xiao Chen vows to prove herself, but things don't go the way she planned. Mysteriously transported into the pages of her own story, a country where females dominate. Xiao Chen has now become the 3rd princess, Qin Xian, an insignificant side character with a horrible reputation and a short lifespan. Desperate to change her fate, Xiao Chen vows to do whatever it takes to ensure her survival. But the journey ahead won't be easy, especially not after she catches the attention of both the arrogant and manipulative prince, Han Dong, and the impossibly perfect Minister of Education, Pei Hang. Number 3. The Rebel Princess. The play tells the story of the Princess Wang Xian, who became her father's chess piece, and she was forced into an arranged marriage with Lord Yuzhan, Shaoqi, a powerful but low-born general, from a humble background. Despite these less than promising beginnings, the two form a tight bond as they attempt to navigate a series of bitter power struggles and plots that threaten to bring the imperial court to its knees. Their exceptionally effective partnership helps them thwart damaging attempts to spark uncontrollable civil unrest, but also brings them to the pinnacle of political power. Wang Xian and Shaoqi have effectively become the joint emperors of the realm. In the end, the couple join hands to create a new era and guard their homeland's people. Number 2. General's Lady. He spoiled mistress of royal manor, Shen Jing, is married to a general guarding the frontier because of the emperor's order. She and her husband, Chu Xiuming, fell in love at first sight, but because of her special status, could not smoothly integrate into the Chu family. In order to gain dignity and love in a new environment, Shen Jing gradually changed her delicate and hypocritical personality. With her unique resources and keen ideas, she solved the problem for the border guards, established her own prestige, and gained the support of the soldiers. With the sudden change of the dynasty, the emperor grew increasingly wary of the Chu family, taking Shen Jin's parents as hostages, and secretly ordered Shen Jin to be a royal spy and monitor the Chu family. Chu Xiuming and Shen Jin experienced the ups and downs, and the two also gained a happy love while defending the country's tranquility. Number 1. Love Between Fairy and Devil. This drama starring Dylan Wang, Esther Yu. It has 30 episodes and was released in August 7, 2022. This drama is adapted from the novel of the same name by Jiu Lufei Xiang, which focuses on the story of the angsty love between the arrogant big devil Dong Feng Qingson and the soft and cute little fairy Xiaolan Hua. The goddess of the Pixing tribe was exterminated by the demon Dongfang Qingson, and was reborn as a low-ranking fairy in the heavenly realm 10,000 years later. In order to gain freedom, Dongfang Qingson must sacrifice the soul of Xiaolan Hua to lift the spell seal on his body. In the process, this devil who has broken his love and desperation falls in love with the gentle and lovely Xiaolan Hua. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.